UFC 311 just wrapped up, and holy crap. That was a very good card. A lot of decisions, but there was a lot of pretty good fights too. Tagir Ulanbekov, Clayton Carpenter, that was a pretty good fight. Tagir just kind of used his veteran savvy and just won the fight, man. I mean, it is what it is. Bernardo Sopai went in. He kind of asserted his dominance. Ricky Tercios really didn't have anything for him. A lot of pitter-patter shots from Ricky Tercios. Sopai, unanimous decision. Muin Gafarov. Holy crap. Did this guy pull up and just show out? Bro, I don't know if Rinya Nakamura just had something going on or what the case was with this guy, but road to UFC guys just aren't it, man. Road to UFC guys just aren't it. Muin Gafarov proved it. He came in like a madman tonight and just dominated Rinya Nakamura from open to close. I mean, he dropped him multiple times. This was a banger fight for sure. Aline Perez, my girl, Aline Perez, dude, she got the dub. I had a feeling that she was going to be the one to dictate the pace, kind of out-wrestle Garo Rosa. I thought she was going to be the stronger girl, and that's exactly what ended up happening. Aline Perez just balled out. She was just stronger. She was just better on the ground and controlled more and won the fight. Grant Dawson, Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira just showed his age. Grant Dawson just kind of cooked him on the ground, controlled him, took his back a few times. But, unanimous decision for Grant Dawson. Now, Bogdan Guskov and Billy Elanka. This fight had me sweating my pick. I really thought Billy Elanka was going to come in and show out on Bogdan Guskov. In the beginning, that's exactly what it looked like. But, Billy Elanka gassed pretty significantly. And it got to a point, man, where he couldn't keep up with Guskov. He just couldn't keep up anymore, So Guskov took over, hit him with a few body shots, landed some good strikes up top, landed some more body shots, and just shut Billy Elanka down. And got the submission finish, actually. Dropped Billy Elanka and front headlock choke or front guillotine. And, had him tapping, man. Too much pressure, bro. And Billy was gassed. I mean, he came in on short notice, so props to him for even accepting a fight like this, but he was gassed. What are you going to do, man? Zachary Reese versus Azamat Bikoev. I hate to say it, but this fight went complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen. I really thought Zachary Reese was going to come in, assert his dominance, land a few big shots on Azamat and just put him out, but Azamat destroyed him. He took him down and just... I don't know what Zachary Reese was doing. He was trying to, elbow Azamat off of his back and try and, knock him out that way, which I'm not sure why, but hey, I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Azamat Bikoev, dominant win, and I reckon he'll be a force in the middleweight division for sure. Oh my God, was I wrong about this fight. Guys, I was trying to sit here and get mad at the UFC for not putting Peyton Talbot and Ronnie Barcelos on the main card versus having Jailton Almeida and Sergey Spivak on the main card, which was a banger. We'll get to that, though. Peyton Talbot, wow, man. I did not think he was going to be that. I didn't think that fight was going to go that way at all. I really didn't. I thought Peyton Talbot was going to come in there I thought Peyton Talbot was going to drop a nice master class, striking class. And I thought Peyton Talbot was going to get a knockout. I really did. I was sitting here saying, wow, Ronnie Barcelos will be lucky to make it out of the first round. Maybe he'll use his veteran savvy and make it out of the first round. And then Talbot's just going to take over from there and probably knock him out in the second. Wow, was I wrong. Ronnie Barcelos took him down and then took him down and then took him down again, bro. And it's not like Ronnie Barcelos was going in there and using these crazy dominant wrestling exchanges and grappling techniques. It was more so like, oh, I'm going to trip you here real quick. Oh, I'm going to run in for a sloppy takedown and then eventually catch your back and then drag it down. And props to Ronnie Barcelos, man. Biggest dog on the card, and he came out, he won. So we'll see. I still believe Peyton Talbot's going to be good. I still believe he's got a lot of promise. He's only like 25 or 26 years old. He's super young, man. So you guys can't come out here and tell me, oh, fraud check. Bro, he's young. He's going to learn. He's going to get better. And it was just crazy to see him as this big of a dog. I mean, this had me convinced he was going to win. And then obviously the complete opposite happened, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes you can't fight the fighter, you got to fight the game, Anyways, Kevin Holland versus Reiner de Ridder. I am genuinely upset with Kevin Holland. I'm disappointed, I'm upset. I saw someone tweet saying Kevin Holland almost looks like he doesn't care anymore. He's lost 4 of his last 5 fights, and his only win is against Mikhail and Jacek, who's been submitted like 6 or 7 times. So it's crazy to see the company man, Kevin Holland, getting to the point where the company man isn't, I mean, he's a company man, but is he worth keeping around? I mean, it's almost, someone also said he was throwing fights, which I don't believe. I don't think Kevin Holland would ever go in there and just be like, oh, I don't really care about a fight. I think he takes every fight about as serious as he can. But it's not like Kevin Holland wants to go in there and lose. I'm sure there's a few fights like the one against Chimaev where he was like, all right, yeah, I'm probably cooked here, but I'll give it a shot. But Reiner de Ridder, I mean, this was such a winnable fight for Kevin Holland. So the fact that he just went in there, let Reiner de Ridder impose his will and just submit him was insane to me, but never know. I mean, he might have had an injury. He might have not been ready. It might have just been middleweight. Kevin Holland doesn't cut weight, and Reiner de Ridder might have cut a bunch of weight, so it might have just been a strength advantage for Reiner that just got him the dub tonight, man. It happens, but curious to see where Kevin Holland goes next. I mean, he's definitely not going to be fighting rank guys, that's for sure. But good luck to Kevin Holland, man. I hope I see him fight again soon. Boy, was I wrong about this fight. Jailton Almeida and Sergey Spivak. This was a banger. Sergey Spivak took Almeida down. Kind of like bullied him a good amount to the point where I thought, wow, Sergey Spivak, what the heck? Jailton Almeida's a fraud. And then out of nowhere, Jailton Almeida just reverses the position so beautifully. So beautifully. And he just took it to Sergey, man. He just dropped elbows, shots, and had Sergey just kind of flattened out and not intelligently defending himself, man. So Jailton Almeida came in, did his thing, imposed his will, and props to him. Really, props to him, man. Jiri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. Wow, was this a banger? And wow, did Jiri have me stressed for this fight the whole dang time, bro. This will go down as an all-timer, for sure. A bunch of Excuse me. A bunch of Jiri's fights will go down as all-timers, but this one was a banger fight. And props to Jamal Hill, too. Dude had his nose busted open and broken in the first round, and he still somehow came out and, in my opinion, won that second round against Jiri. Had him hurt, dropped him. I mean, this was a crazy back-and-forth fight, and honestly, probably fight of the night, in my opinion. Fight of the night for sure. This is the point where I say, I told you so. Merab Dvalishvili pulls up and absolutely cooks Umar Nurmagomedov the second half of this fight. Talk about championship around Merab. This dude lost the first 2 rounds. Had everyone thinking that he was screwed and he was a fake champion and he was, he was a fluky win against Sean O'Malley. If Sean would have clipped him, just gotten a good little left hand in there, fight would have went completely different. And then out of nowhere, Ray Longo said, all right, Merab, we got to turn up the notch now. All right, Merab, he's getting tired. Let's suffocate him. And to be fair, Umar Nurmagomedov did look like he gassed a lot. But, I mean, I told you guys, dude, Merab's cardio is unmatched. It's inhumane. And when you have cardio like that in the UFC, it's unmatched. It's the most OP weapon that literally you can have. Screw fight-ending power. That goes away in a few rounds. Screw your spinning back kicks and your question mark kicks and the unorthodox strikes that you don't see coming. None of that matters if you can't breathe. None of that matters if you can't recover. None of that matters if you can't stand up straight and throw the strikes at the same speed you did the first freaking round. And that's literally what Merab Dvalishvili has. Merab literally, the 5th round started, Merab looked like the fight just started. I remember someone on the commentary team said, like, Merab looks like he just entered the fight. I mean, he's got like a cut and a little blood on his nose, but in terms of his cardio and the way he looked, just bouncing around after the 4th round, it's insane. It's inhumane. It's unheard of. And Merab Dvalishvili, it's not like he's some young up-and-comer. This dude is 35, 36 years old. Like, bantamweight cardio, insane. Insane, bro. And I really don't, in my opinion, we got to run this fight back. Who else deserves the title right now? I mean, you could argue Piotr Yan, but Piotr Yan got destroyed. Umar at least gave Merab a little bit of a fight in the first 2 rounds and made it somewhat close. Maybe if he would have snuck out another round, Umar would have been the winner tonight. Probably via split decision, but still. But Merab Dvalishvili is out of this world, bro. He is on another planet when it comes to his cardio. And who's going to beat him, bro? Who's going to beat him? Sean O'Malley? Yeah, okay. Send him to Dagestan for at least 7. I said 6 years prior. I think he needs at least 8 years now. Maybe 9 or 10. Umar Nurmagomedov. This dude is literally born to wrestle out the freaking womb. Pupil of Habib. And this dude got out-wrestled, essentially. This dude got out-cardioed by Merab Dvalishvili. Who is beating Merab? Who? I don't know, man. I really don't. Maybe Peyton Talbot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Merab is a beast. His cardio is unmatched, and he really is a machine, dude. And then the main event, Money Moicano doesn't pull through, unfortunately. It sucks, but it was the most logical scenario. Islam Makhachev, round one submission. Hanato looked like he dropped him in that, first few exchanges, but I think it was just a slip. I think the commentary team mentioned that it was just a slip later on too. But regardless, Hanato, he stepped up to the plate. He tried. Obviously, it didn't go his way. I really thought he was going to cut a promo afterwards too, say something funny or hot on the mic, but obviously when you lose a championship fight that you're mentally trying to prepare yourself for I mean, I wouldn't say days on out because Hanato got the late notice, but he's been trying to prepare himself all night, all day yesterday. Who knows? Hanato probably didn't even sleep the whole time because he's like, dude, what? I literally just went from fighting Dariush to Makhachev. By the way, when the card started, or right before the main card started, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a graphic with literally Islam Makhachev versus Beneil Dariush. I can only imagine how Dariush felt like when he saw it. Actually, he was there, so he probably didn't see that graphic, but I can only imagine how Dariush is going to feel after seeing that graphic and just being like, wow, they really had the graphic and everything ready for me and still picked Moicano. And let's be honest, I mean, if it was Dariush, it probably would have been the same outcome. Islam is just a different breed. Islam is so strong. He's so fast. He's so talented. I mean, his boxing is next level. His striking is next level. His wrestling, his jiu-jitsu, his Darce choke, one of the best in the UFC. I mean, you don't just get submissions like that on Renato Moicano and guys like Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira unless you're top of the level. And Islam Makhachev is that guy. He'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere, as long as they can make 155. And I also like at the end how he said, hey, you know what? I like this belt. I think I'm going to stick around at 155. Who knows? I mean, it'd be cool to see Islam go for a second belt, but why, man? He's dominating this division. I still need to see that Arman Tsarukyan fight. Please, I still need to see that Arman Tsarukyan fight. We have to make that happen by the end of the year. Hopefully Arman Tsarukyan gets, healthier soon because Islam took no damage, and I'm sure he's willing to turn around pretty quickly. So it'd be cool to see them fight soon, maybe in the summer. I don't know, maybe even earlier. Islam didn't really take any damage, and he finished Renato pretty easily, so who knows? I mean, if Arman heals up quick, could be 314, 315. Also, wow, Alex Pereira is finally fighting Magomed Ankalaev. Thank God. And who does Jiri fight next? A lot of people I saw were saying Khalil Roundtree. That is a very intriguing and interesting fight. Khalil Roundtree versus Jiri Prochazka. I think Khalil Roundtree takes that. I really do. I think Khalil Roundtree is too solid when it comes to his defensive game. Jiri is very unorthodox, so he could give him a run for his money, but I don't know. That's such a good fight. Oh, man. And then Alex Pereira posted memes all night, one of which was during the Jiri and Jamal Hill fight. Dude posted a video getting up and saying, hey, boys, this is my belt. Calm down, kids. I'm going to grab my belt or something like that, acting like Jamal Hill and Yuri's dad. I mean, he's got a KO over both of them, so he's got a KO. He's got 2 KOs over one of them, and I guess he won't be getting the second KO over the other guy, Jamal Hill. Rough, brutal loss. Got viciously knocked out in that 4th round, man. He just got dropped, and with a busted up nose like that, he couldn't take anymore, man. He really couldn't take anymore. So, in my opinion, obviously the fight card would have been complete with Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan, but it was a phenomenal fight card. The Davashvili card, or the Merab Davashvili fight, phenomenal. Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, phenomenal. Jelton Almeida, Sergey Spivak, phenomenal. Kevin Holland versus Reiner de Ridder. I mean, it was pretty good. I'll give it to Reiner for pulling out a sub. I'll give him that. Hani Barcelos versus Peyton Talbot. Not the best fight in the world, but shout out to Hani Barcelos for pulling through as the biggest underdog on the card, and low key fraud checking Peyton Talbot's ground game. And then the few other fighters, Muin Gafarov, huge fraud check on Rinya. Tagirulembekov got his win. Islam Makhachev got his win. Wonder how Umar Nurmagomedov is going to react to this loss now. 18-0. Once you get that first loss, it's one of those things where it can either really fuel you and really get you going and really light that fire underneath your butt, or it could kind of send you down that rabbit hole of like, whoa, maybe this, maybe that. You start questioning this, you start questioning that, and then it's, you don't fight as confidently anymore. Your fight game changes. You start changing stuff, and then it's be a dark and deep rabbit hole. So I hope Umar Nurmagomedov bounces back from this. It was a close fight. I mean, Dvalishvili obviously won unanimously, 49-46 for one of the judges, but at the end of the day, man, his cardio's unmatched. Islam Makhachev is still pound for pound number one. And, it may have been a defense against a not so ready Renato Moicano, but a defense is a defense, man. Islam Makhachev is the new lightweight all-time defense leader. And it's sick, man. I wonder how many more he can go for. I mean, maybe he gets another one against Charles. One against Arman. Probably be around 34, 35 then. How old is Islam? Islam Makhachev. Age. Yeah, he's 33 years old, bro. So, I mean, fights Arman Sarukian, middle of the year. Toward the end of the year, he fights Charles. I don't know, man. Islam is quite literally making his case for being one of the all-time greats, if not the GOAT, bro. If not the GOAT. I mean, I know he's got a loss on his record, but you could argue it was one of those fluky KOs where the guy just kind of stiffed him. It was Alejandro Pantoja. I'm pretty sure it was Alejandro Pantoja, right? Yeah. Anyways, phenomenal fight card. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown, the video, and I'll see you boys soon. Peace.